Hey guys, this is Chris McKinnon again, coming to you guys with some shoulder footage with Jack Cunningham, my workout partner here at Gonzaga University for this last semester and a half. Great workout partner. We've had some good times together and things have been going great. To explain a little bit about the workout you'll see in the video, we kind of start out with some heavy pressing movements, get the front and middle head of the delt activated really heavy, get some bulk put on there, and then we do some heavy flies, those sort of movements, and then we move into more isolation of the mid head, front head, and rear delt, get some shaping work going on there. And yeah, so that's the muscle groups you'll see worked, and that's the workout format. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit, explain kind of how he got into lifting, what's motivated him, how his training's been going over the past 2 years since he went to Gonzaga. Before that, kind of what he's about and his history in the gym. So here goes.
Hi, my name is Jack Cunningham. I'm a friend of Chris McKinnon's. It's been an honor to show up on these videos, and we've been working out for about almost the whole year. We met at the beginning of the semester, and we've just been hitting the gym like second day since we met. Been lifting seriously for about like a year. I started at the end of my senior year. One day I just looked in the mirror and I realized I did not look how I felt like I should look. So I kind of goofed around, not really knowing what I was doing. Of course, I certainly don't feel like I have a firm grasp on anything now. I'm always learning every day. You pick up tips when you meet new people. And that's what the sport's about. It's about, learning new things, trying new things, and seeing how your body reacts. So today we'd like to talk about a question that a lot of people have been asking us as far as these videos, and that's how lifting has affected our life as college students, what impact it's had, positive and negative. And that's something that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, we want to really kind of hit how the lifting lifestyle has kind of affected not only just our confidence, but also our overall health, like we're less prone to sickness, etc. I know it's kind of ironic because in the past few days I got like a pretty bad stomach flu, but first time in months, if not year-ish, I've been sick. So really, really it helps boost your immune system, things like that. So yeah, I'm just going to let him take it from here and kind of talk about how his confidence levels changed, how his lifestyle changed, how his mindset changed, how this lifting lifestyle and how this fitness lifestyle is kind of redirected and helped build and promote on everything else that he's doing in his life, and how it's added intensity to every facet of his character, not just the one in the gym.
For sure, ahead, man. For sure, man. Thank you. When I started lifting, I realized that not only did my self-confidence increase, but my grades actually improved. Like having a 2-hour chunk of time in your day for training, and as well as planning 6 meals a day, the 2 hours in between really makes you rethink how your day is structured and how you choose to spend your time. As a result, my social life is probably, by most people's standards, being cut significantly. I try to hit the hay by like 10 p.m. I try to wake up every day at 7. I eat a big breakfast. 2 hours later, I'll eat again, then lunch. Then 2 hours after that, I'll eat again. Then I go train. Then I eat dinner. Then 2 hours after that, I'll eat again. So, certainly meals, the meals have definitely been a huge changer in my life, especially with getting 9 to 10 hours of sleep a night optimally. Yeah, it's definitely made my grades go up as well. Like as far as studying, being an active person, you have better blood flow and just better confidence overall, just dealing with day-to-day situations. Like when you know that you've just, deadlifted 405, you really don't feel like a lot of what else you're going to deal with that day is going to be a big challenge. So, yeah.
Definitely. I think one of the cool things you addressed was like how it's kind of helped structure everything else in your life. And I think that's definitely a big, big thing that most people don't really recognize. I know a lot of people that I see in the gym and a lot of other, acquaintances, friends that I have always talk about, how do you stay motivated to hit the gym, that sort of thing. And they'll always be kind of lackadaisical on their approach to the gym. Like some days they'll go, some days they won't. Then they'll go out on the weekend and drink a lot and then, kind of just reset themselves and just never really stick to anything. But it's been cool to see you especially get so into it that you've prioritized it over some unhealthier lifestyles. And it's not like you forget how to have fun. You just kind of understand that there's more of a purpose to every activity you do, and you start living a little bit more intentionally than just kind of passively letting things happen to you. You kind of take control a little more over every aspect of your life, like you said, school and everything. So yeah, I think that's a really good point you hit, man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Another thing we're going to address, just being kind of ironic and at a good time coming for both of us. Not quite for good reasons.
We're both sick as shit right now.
Yeah, we're definitely both really sick. Like I said, I had a really bad either stomach flu or food poisoning. We threw up probably 15, 20 times a couple nights back and didn't eat for roughly 40 hours. And Jack's just coming down with something as well. So just kind of going to address like when you shouldn't train when you're sick, when you're trying to make an excuse for yourself versus when it's actually beneficial to take a pause. Because even Arnold Schwarzenegger himself was talking about how certain times you need to have like the confidence in necessary rest for your body, and that if you're doing the right amount of work and if you're approaching it correctly, you do need to be careful and like listen to your body. So, but there's also that opinion overblown, and then that's just where it becomes an excuse, like, oh, I'm kind of, it's like, oh, I'm just kind of not feeling it today. Right. And that's really just you kind of trying to cop out of it, and that's not what we're encouraging by any means. We're just going to kind of give you a little bit of a guideline for what is cool to train with and what isn't. So talk about a little bit about how you're feeling and how it's affected your training and why you think you should still be training.
As far as getting sick, usually I really don't get sick that often, so usually when I do, it's a huge metaphysical spiritual blow to my self-confidence, and it's just a learning experience for sure. The only time I did get sick this semester was when I took like 2 days off. So I believe that my body has somehow become conditioned to like training this hard, and when I don't train this hard, I actually do end up getting sick, as in my immune system takes a hit. But ironically, like Chris was saying, we're both really sick right now. I really don't like taking days off, just because, I think when I first started getting into it, I would sort of facilitate my like laziness or like lackadaisicalness with taking rest days, too many, to get better. But I realized that actually training has helped me get over my sickness. And obviously if I'm throwing up and I can't like physically get out of bed, I'm not going to go train. But as long as I have an appetite, that's a pretty good judge of how my body's actually doing. Because 90% of it is mental, and half the time you don't actually feel motivated to go to the gym. Like you just feel like it's a piece of shit, and like you just don't want to go. But that's like, it's not the point of how you feel mentally, it's physically. And like physically, if I still have an appetite, then I will hit the gym, no matter how sick I am.
Absolutely. I think that's a good point. When your metabolism is still ticking over well, then it's definitely a good indicator that you can do productive work with your body. I think that, like, for example, me, I had like a really bad stomach flu or food poisoning, like I said, and was throwing up a lot, couldn't stomach anything, and wasn't getting any food, any nutrients into my body. There was absolutely zero blood flow in my muscles. Like my belt was like 3 notches tighter when I woke up the next morning, just completely depleted of all my nutrients. So I kind of knew a couple days back that it wasn't a good day to train. If there's no nutrients in your body, your muscles aren't going to be able to get the proper amount of blood, there's no glycogen in your muscles, anything like that, then it's dangerous to train because you're not really doing anything productive, you're not really working the muscles. They're probably already sore and fatigued if they're that, depleted on their nutrients. But like Jack was saying, if you have an appetite, if you're getting food in your body, if you've still been able to get some sleep, and if your body's functioning fine, then you do need to get past that mental barrier, because you really, really do not want it to become something where you're making excuses for yourself. Because as soon as you start skipping days, it becomes easier to skip more days and more days and more days. You're like, oh, well, I'll just take another day off, and I'll just take another day off, and I'll just take it. No, if your body's ready to go, and if you can train, then you should be in the gym if it's important to you. And so I think that was a really good point you had, man.
Well, to end this thing, it's sort of a stupid metaphor, but one of my friends who did CrossFit, I asked him about taking sick days off, and he said, when a wolf is injured in the wild, or when the wolf is sick, a wolf can't afford sick days. The wolf keeps being the wolf. So I sort of take that mentality to whatever I do, outside and inside the gym.
Hell yeah, man. It's been awesome doing this video with you, dude, and this workout was great. It always is, and sure we'll be in the gym tomorrow, man.
Yep, for sure,
good
man.
To have you on, dude.
Take care, guys.